Four Midwest Guys presents
Hello everyone and welcome to, I guess, what we can consider a season finale of The Race is On. I think I just had to come out and talk about this immediately because, this was a shocker. At first, the way everything was playing out, it was like, I felt as the show played on, I was like, well, it's kind of playing exactly as my predictions planned. I think I called about maybe 17 of the 24 nominees, even documentary short and animated short, which is always a toss-up for me. But, this year they did decide to throw a curveball. So we'll start with what I predicted, called visual effects. I believe I said 1917 last time. And that held true because I thought Irishman was going to go home empty-handed. It did. I called Bombshell for hair and makeup. I called sound mixing. I didn't call sound editing, apparently. They threw a curveball for me. That should have been, Ford v Ferrari won sound editing, which that should have been my first indicator for how things were going to go this night. But called production design, called costume design, and back to film editing. I thought Parasite was going to take it. It did not. That went to Ford v Ferrari, which, again, I thought I think that was my second choice, or I thought it was going to be between Parasite and Ford v Ferrari, and apparently it was. Cinematography, I of course called. Everybody should have called it. Score, good thing I held to my guns. Joker won score. Gonna get it right this time. Hildur Guðnadóttir. Hildur Guðnadóttir. Her score for Joker, very good, very well deserved. And she had a very, very fantastic acceptance speech about encouraging other women, other young girls, that if they hear music the way that composers do, to come out and, support what you hear. Good job. Great score, great acceptance speech. Elton John won Best Song, called that one. Animated film, didn't call that one. I thought there might have been a last-minute support for Klaus. Apparently not enough. Toy Story 4 took it. Not gonna be too upset. Called screenplay. Adapted screenplay went to Jojo Rabbit. Original screenplay went to Parasite. Called supporting actress Laura Dern. The surprise that I was thinking was going to happen with Scarlett Johansson sneaking the Jojo Rabbit award didn't happen. Laura Dern was a very, good choice. Brad Pitt winning his first Oscar for Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. Then we get to probably the most awkward speeches of the night with Joaquin Phoenix winning for Joker and Renee Zellweger winning for Judy. Good on both of them. Great performances. Poor Joaquin, though. Some of the people I was watching it with, they are having a hard time just kind of like deciphering everything he was saying, and I was like, you have to like take him in chunks, and the intention is there. He's just not as refined of a speaker, but what he wants to say is there. Renee, she was so happy to be back up there again, to get the recognition. And a lot of people forget like the early 2000s when she was like the award darling for like Bridget Jones's Diary in Chicago, and we'd see her getting all those awards and getting all the recognition. She finally wins for Cold Mountain, and then she like practically drops off the face of the earth. Like she had such a hard time getting her career going after that. It was really a rough thing, and I guess it's good to see her back. Good on her. But this is where we get to this is where we get to why I felt like I couldn't wait till tomorrow morning to talk about these awards, because as I was saying, it was going to be between Parasite and 1917. Like those were neck and neck. Like, and in many ways it was traditional Hollywood versus new Hollywood, in the sense that, are they going to go with the historical epic, or were they going to go with kind of the newer international film that represents cinema as a whole and not just, one country? And yeah, it was a 1-2 punch. It was Parasite for both director and picture, which, if you haven't seen Parasite is a great movie. I may have mentioned it in the last show, but no, Parasite's something that it's now finally going to challenge mainstream audiences to check out a foreign language film. Like, we haven't had a movie since Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon to really come out and be a subtitled film that was like a must-see movie for audiences. And I think the closest we had after that was Pan's Labyrinth. But no, like Parasite's win. Parasite is a very well constructed movie. Like the way that it plays out, the way you watch the characters make their decisions, the way the whole story plays off tales of class, and it's just it's such a good movie. The way it's something that, if you all are watching this, I know as a Midwest show, Midwest people, not so inclined to maybe check out a foreign film. Like when I worked in a video store here, it was an uphill battle to get anybody to rent a foreign language film. When they saw those subtitles on the bottom, they didn't want to watch it. Parasite is a movie to watch. Parasite is one of those movies that it's going to be influential. It's going to be remembered. It's going to be talked about by screenwriters and directors. You're going to have future film students saying they want shots and angles to look like the way that Bong Joon-ho looked in Parasite. It's going to be a very influential film, and it's going to start really challenging. Like this award giving Best Picture to Parasite is finally a recognition of how foreign cinema influences American films. We have filmmakers like Quentin Tarantino who enjoy a lot of Italian cinema, a lot of Chinese films, a lot of Japanese films. He is definitely someone who is very influenced. Like if you look at a lot of some of your favorite films or your favorite filmmakers, a lot of them have been influenced by foreign language films. And I think that is what was finally recognized tonight, was the fact that they stopped recognizing the artists who were inspired by they stopped recognizing the artists that were inspired by other international filmmakers. They finally started recognizing the filmmakers themselves that were on the forefront of making new developments in directing, making storylines that influence us, making all these other these films. Like, we wouldn't have a Magnificent Seven if there wasn't already a Seven Samurai, that sort of thing. That's what this is a recognition of. Parasite is the first foreign language film to win Best Picture. And yeah, I think check it out. Go watch it. It's as of right now, I think it's still available for rental through Amazon. If you have an Amazon account and you can rent it, please rent this movie. It is a great movie. The subtitles, you're not going to get rid of them. And you shouldn't. Because when our films go to other countries, more than likely they're subtitled. And something is always lost in translation. But yeah, it's just check it out. Give it a chance. There might be something more there. Like if you find yourself like not reading the subtitles, you find that sometimes you can get lost in the images. It's a well put together film that sometimes you may not even need the subtitles. You can get the story from it as it is, but it's still a story worth checking out. So I had to talk about this. The night, for the most part, played out the way we expected the awards to go. There were some great little digs about the lack of diversity of the nominees in there when they had Chris Rock come out with Steve Martin and just make the little jokes like when Chris Rock was like 92 years ago we didn't have a single African American nominee in the acting bunch. 92 years later, one. Yeah, so the show found a way of having its cake and eating it too, I suppose. They were able to nominate who they wanted to, but at the same time, they were also able to call attention to the fact that there wasn't any diversity there. And I think maybe next year we're going to see a lot more diversity. But how can we get any more diverse than the fact that we have a foreign language director? We have a South Korean director winning in the awards, and we have a foreign language film winning Best Picture. And it's something that, take a chance. That's what this night is. And if anything, that's what the new Oscars have been lately, with stuff like Shape of Water and stuff like a lot of the other winners the last couple of years. They want to encourage us to maybe take a chance on a movie we maybe wouldn't consider. And I think that's what this move is. And it's kind of, it wants to create it, like the Academy I think wants to create interest in these films, and here's hoping that people get curious, to give something a chance, and to think about what it means to maybe make that next step in Hollywood, to make that, to see what it is that gets people excited about telling stories. Parasite is a film that it doesn't hit you over the head with its subtext, but you can enjoy the story as it is. And I think, if anything, it's also embracing that kind of storytelling as well. That you can still have a really strong subtextual film, stuff that's got a lot of metaphors and represents class and everything, and still it doesn't hit you over the head with the message to where you feel like things are so blunt. And it's an exciting story. It's funny, it's exciting, it's horrific, it's terrifying, it's dark, So I think what the overall takeaway of this year's Academy is, step out of your comfort zone. Try something new. Give something a chance. And maybe there's more to cinema than just the popcorn entertainment. Maybe there's a new way to be entertained. Maybe there's a new way to evaluate how films succeed and how we judge a film. And it's most of all how we embrace a film. That's what this is. That's what this win for Parasite is. It's an embrace. And it's an embrace of what we love in film. Let me quickly touch on something really quick while I look over all the nominees this year. Ford v Ferrari wins 2. Jojo Rabbit wins 1. Joker wins 2. Little Women wins 1. Marriage Story won 1. 1917, I believe, wins 3 for cinematography, effects, and sound mixing. So three's a good showing. Especially if you consider that last year's Best Picture winner won 3 Oscars. Once Upon a Time in Hollywood gets 2. It's the first technical award that Tarantino's won, and rightfully for set design. And Parasite takes home 4 picture, director, screenplay, and the newly titled international film. And yeah, that is what this year is. It's about international film. The category has been renamed from foreign language film to international film. And we even embrace the Best Picture this year as an international film. This is their inclusion. So I think take a chance. That's what I want everyone to take away from this, is just take a chance, give something a new set of eyes. Like, we all watch movies a different way. We all watch movies and take something different out of each of them. And I think when movies like Parasite or Shape of Water, when they want people to try to maybe look at something with a different set of eyes, and there's something great they could see there. So, well, I guess that wraps up the season for The Race Is On. The big awards are out, party's over, and yeah, most of us have to wake up early in the morning. So hopefully this export won't take long and I can upload it straight to YouTube right afterwards. But I want to thank each and every one of you who have been on this journey with me, who were kind enough to tune in throughout the season. And if there's anything you'd like me to do, if you'd like me to review other films, if you'd like me to, talk about different subjects throughout the year, because it's going to be a long time until the Golden Globe nominations come out. And frankly, I could always use an excuse to watch a couple movies or, take on a subject or something. I might try to watch a couple things and, do some other things here and then. I also have my other show, which I have grossly neglected for so long, my movie Masochism. I've got a couple episodes there I want to talk about. So, yeah. Until then, enjoy the after party, and I'll see you next season.